Rightio guys, David here from the QS guys. As we can see here, building cost per metre in London 2026. Now I used to be a builder, I had a building company, and now I price for builders, developers all across the UK, New Zealand and Australia. I run the UK branch and I'm thoroughly enjoying this business. So over the last 2 months, we have priced probably 40 to 50 projects for builders in and around the London area, some companies based in London that also are doing work outside of London, and we're doing a lot of work all over the UK as well. Scotland just submitted a BOQ for a builder in Ireland this morning, and another feasibility report for a guy in Portugal. Shout out Rod, Kiwi builder, absolute legend. So what I wanted to do is just go through, I've used AI to pull a whole lot of data internally from our business here and build these bit of a slide deck just to showcase the rough square meter rates in London at the moment. Okay, so as we can see, what are you actually paying? Real project data inside. We've priced £6 million worth of London new builds, priced by our QS team in the last 30 days. 3 real case studies. So we've got a lot of Google reviews. This is a case study here for a client. I've taken our logo and the descriptions out. This is for a builder out in East London, and this is how we lay our works out. Okay, so when I used to be a builder, I used to break it down into having all my preliminaries in one column, all my extension works laid out zone by zone and stripped out from labor to materials. Okay, that was our point of difference, and that's the best way to price jobs, and I believe builders make the best QSs. Okay, so as we can see here, London costs 15 to 25% more than the rest of the UK. Now purely that's just a labor premium. At the moment there is I've heard of plumbers are charging £400 a day for a day rate, which is a lot of money, okay? And nationally around the place, they're going for 260 to 220. Logistics and access, as we know, internally in London, you've got the congestion charges, you've got traffic. Anytime just trying to get a merchant in or get materials in is very, very costly, and it's time consuming sitting in traffic, so someone's got to be paid for that time. Planning complexity. I just submitted a job with Georgie, one of my #1 builders there, Luxury Construction Group. Took them 5 months to get a 35 square meter extension over the line. 2 to 3 variations of prices, design, changes, etc. It takes a long time, and it's a lot of effort, and it costs the business and the builder a lot of money, okay? Material lead times, any high spec items, bespoke glazing, steel, M&Es, longer queues, longer wait times. There's still a lot of demand for buildings, so that is something that's causing a lot of issues. Site constraints. As we know, same job we had with an extension, we had to dig down the foundation for the back of an extension, no side access down the side of the property, we had to go through the house. So that's a huge cost that we have to add in to board up the inside of the house, the hallway, board it up at the end of every day, additional cleanup, and then defects just for that one hallway section, okay? So at the moment, London costs a lot more money, okay? Side access and everything is a pain. So here's a single story rear extension, London in the N6 area, 41 square metre footprint, £148,000. Cost per metre, 3611. Total affected area, 2,085. That was spread across an extension and a refurb area, okay? So that is not associated to this project, but this is how we break that kind of project down. As you can see, for example, of roof coverings, we go right down into the 18mm plywood, 58 squares, then we pull like a retail rate with a margin on top of that as well, okay? Now you may be asking, with the materials, we obviously put a margin on the retail rate, but we know by the time the builder gets a really, really good deal from his trade merchant, it's like an added in contingency cost for overruns, mistakes, because mistakes happen, we're all human, and it's an additional contingency. So that's why we don't set up a wastage column, we just have a markup column, okay? And then this is another project, 9-unit residential development, London. So we just finished this BOQ this morning, luxury, high-end. We did a full BOQ for the project, everything from groundworks right through to final finishings. We didn't put rates against this, we purely just did the BOQ. So that is another job that's going ahead that we just finished this morning. 5-story new house apartment block. So this was 4 floors, full demolition and new build. This was $4.73 million. Mixed tender affordable housing, adjacent Thames water pump station. So this was a project that we finished out, full BOQ. This is where we get into the meat of the video. London build cost 2026, the full ladder. Standard extension 2,000 to 2,600. We are seeing 1,800, but that's getting tight. There's not a lot of margin there, and there's a lot of hopping around with trade merchants trying to make sure that you can get a good deal, okay? A premium extension, 3,200 to 4,200 a square meter. We did finish a job for a guy out East London a little while ago. Now, our costings came in at about 271,000. They found And we had an initial agreement there, but once they went to the merchants, then when they went to the subs, the job came in at 350. So there was a huge increase in costs there. Now, we both agreed that 270 was around about okay on a sanity check, but by the time we went out to subs and materials, the cost went a lot higher. High spec basement plus ground floor, so this is a lot of work we're doing here, 4,500 to 5,800. A lot of those costs are built up in like piling, foundations, excavation, and getting out of the ground is the biggest cost with any building project, as we know. Multi-unit new build, 2,500 to 3,800 a square meter. We've got another 7-unit luxury HMO conversion underway at the moment. They usually work out around about 1,800 a square meter, purely because you don't have to allocate for excavation, drainage, foundations. There's a lot of cost savings there, okay? And then a commercial fit out project, 800 to 1,800. That was a job we did in Soho for a guy not long ago, just a commercial fit out for a small office area, so that was kind of good. How can you use these numbers? Plot your project size first and place yourself on the meter ladder. So small up to 80 squares, 2,200 a square meter. Up 2.2 to 4.5. That would include single extensions, loft conversions, refurb and models. Spec drives the spread. Obviously, if you want to do a high-end kitchen, that's going to be a shitload of money. If you want Velux skylights, that's going to add in more cost, whether they're electric or hand. That's a lot of money as well. 1,800 to 3.5k for the medium sort of spec, small development, HMOs, multi-unit redevelopments. And then we've got the large cost, the big kind of luxury stuff. The one that I just did this morning was 4,500 euros a square, so around about 4,000 pounds. High-end home builds with a 70,000 euro landscaping package on those as well. Apartment blocks, mixed tenure, commercial, residential, etc., etc. So if you're a developer, homeowner, builder, you want to work with a company that lays out their projects like this, we break it out zone by zone. We give you labor hours, meterage. We can provide markups and everything as well. Let us know. That's what we do. We don't just work with builders. We work with homeowners, insurance companies, developers, anyone that needs a QS report. So hit us up, drop us a comment, or shoot us an email at info@rapidqs.uk. Thanks for watching the video. Comment, like, subscribe.